We're joined today by Dan Thomas, Managing Director of Hammer Metals. Dan, thanks for your time.
Thanks, David.
Joint ventures are a key part of developing projects. Last year you netted 4. Tell us about those and why they're so important.
Yeah, I think you're right. In terms of the current market and where we currently see tough conditions for junior companies financing their projects, we identified that last year and we entered 4 new joint ventures. Some of them brought funds into the company, some $9 million into the company last year, with future payments of a further $11 million. Not only that, we brought new exploration partners in, so Sumitomo Metal Mining into our JV for an IOCG target at Bulrush, where drilling is going to start soon. We also brought South 32 in on a joint venture looking for classical Mount Isa style sedimentary hosted lead zinc deposits.
As you said, drilling about to commence on a range of those projects, funded by others in a lot of cases. How important is it to get that work underway?
Yeah, so twofold. One is bringing the funds in, saving the capital raisings that investors quite rightly get concerned by at times, is an important part of our funding package. Like any junior exploration company, the more drilling you do, typically the luckier you get. More systems, more technical expertise coming in from these other parties. So those parties really add to our exploration knowledge of the regions and the areas, increasing our chances of success. And ultimately, that's what our shareholders want. They want that success, and we could sit here, take 10 years to drill 1 or 2 prospects a year. We're keen to accelerate that, get more people, more expenditure in, more knowledge, increasing those chances and hopefully delivering those returns that you see from the exploration phases to our shareholders.
You do have a globally significant molybdenum project in Queensland. That market's getting interesting. For the first time ever, we've seen an offtake with a floor price. Why is that important?
Molybdenum, typically the molybdenum market has a pricing structure that's been set by byproduct credits coming out of South American copper producers. The overall market for molybdenum changed, in our view, 3 to 4 years ago, whereby a couple of large porphyry production centres out of North and South America, molybdenum production went offline, and that was replaced by primary molybdenum mines out of China. We've seen the Chinese government in the last week or 2 bring some export controls around molybdenum, so they've taken a view that the global market is seeing that squeeze for molybdenum and molybdenum projects going into the future. What I think that means for our project at Kelman, people have always been scared that this byproduct credit would come in, crash the molybdenum price and disturb the economics of the Kelman project. It's sat there for a long time without a lot of attention. All of a sudden, if you can de-risk the molybdenum revenue that would be derived from a project like Kelman, setting a floor price for a life of mine contract all of a sudden might provide the confidence that you'd need to invest in that project to not only recover molybdenum, but a substantial amount of copper and gold. So in terms of that project, around 60% of the revenue would come from copper gold and 40% from molybdenum. If you can take away that downside risk, all of a sudden you've got a different project on your hands.
And where to from here? What should investors be focusing on from Hammer this year?
Yeah, so a steady pipeline all year with those joint ventures. All 4 of those joint ventures we formed last year have got drilling activity on them this year, starting literally in days, and we expect to see those activities roll through the year, providing continual news flow for our investors. Not only that, we've still got cash in the bank. We're still exploring our own 100% owned prospects. We've still got 2,000 square kilometres of tenure in Mount Isa with some fantastic prospects. Some we didn't drill last year because of the weather. We'll be drilling those in about March, end of March, early April this year. Again, just providing that continual news flow in commodities, copper, gold, that I think investors are seeking. World-class partners, world-class funding. We're serious this year that we think we're on the cusp of great news flow, significant exploration success.
Hammer, focused on exploration success and generating value for shareholders. Exciting times ahead for the company. Dan, thanks for your time.
Thanks, David.